Alrighty, hello, hello. Let me know if y'all can hear me on the stream okay. Welcome to tonight's matchup between Mallow Oats and Under Newb Management, the two heavy hitters here in Div A East, both sitting at the top of the division, and this is poetically the last match of the season for both the teams. And Under Newb Management is currently undefeated. Mallow Oats has won every match but has dropped 3 games in their matches. And it will be a battle for first place in the Division A East. If Under Newb Management can take the series, even with a loss, they will finish first. I think Mallow Oats will have to 2-0 the series in order to take first away from Under Newb Management. Just doing a mic check here, make sure that we can be heard. And we'll get into the lobby here in a little bit and get going. While we're waiting for that, we'll take a look at the maps. So Mallow Oats had banned out Battlefield of Eternity and what is that? Towers of Doom. And on the red side, Under Newb Management banned out Dragonshire and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Sky Temple is the first map that was picked by Under Newb Management, who won coin flip and opted for map pick, which means that Mallow Oats will have the first pick. You just see if we've got a lobby up here. It looks like we do. Alrighty, we're just getting the lobby all set up. Just waiting to make sure that everybody's good. And we'll get started in a moment. Some fans in the chat here from Mallow Oats, Orion Jones and X Factor coming to support the team. Thanks guys for joining. So we're just making sure the lobby's all set up, making sure the stream's working nice and easy, and then we'll get started in a moment. So thanks for being with us tonight. My name is The Duke, a new streamer to Twitch and to Heroes of the Storm, but a big fan. I myself am actually also on a Div A team, so love to come out and support the community and cast the game and definitely put 2 of our finest teams in Div A under the spotlight for what will be the biggest game of the regular season for Div A. I think the lobby is getting pretty good. It's interesting to me that Sky Temple was the choice because that's not a map that, I don't have the statistics in front of me, but I don't think that's a map that is casted very often from what I remember. Or chosen very often rather by either team. It's typically one that folks stay away from. So I'm interested to see what kind of strategy Under Newb Management pulls out here. Having opted for first map pick and then picking that map, it'll definitely be interesting to see, how they play the map and what their strategy is going into it. So we will wait for the all ready from the teams in the lobby to get going. And we should be able to get started pretty soon. Should be a big game. I see we got 14 viewers in the chat, so thanks so much for joining, guys. As I mentioned, my name is the Duke. I am new to casting and new to Twitch, so really appreciate your support here tonight. If you like the content tonight, please don't hesitate to follow the channel and subscribe if you'd like. Would love to have the support, and would love to cast more NGS games and maybe even do some solo casting myself of Heroes of the Storm and other games. So really excited about this one. My team, as I mentioned, is in DIV as well, and we faced both of these teams, and they're both very, very, very good teams. So I'm excited to see them go head to head, and it should be a good one. Looks like we got the all clear in the lobby, so we should be kicking off with the draft shortly. Alrighty. And we're off. Let's get into the ban phase here. And in the ban phase, we've got a Sonya ban coming out from the side of Mallow Oats. Interesting ban, good macro hero, not a top meta or priority hero per se, but always a scary one, very versatile, and the leap can be pretty scary, onto the back line. And under new management follows up with a Dahaka ban, so we're getting a off lane choke so far in the draft. Back over to the side of Mallow Oats, and we see a white main ban come out. That's interesting. White main did receive some buffs in the latest patch, and it certainly seems like she could be one of the better healers now with those buffs. Finally, we get a Johanna ban from UNM. So let's go to the picks. A couple priority heroes, Rhaegar, Stukov, Falstad, Right Wing would be some of the more likely suspects for first pick. So let's see what they decide to go with. Junkrat, also a very high priority pick. Crafty Devil locking the Junkrat to kick things off. And under new management, we'll get 2 picks now. We'll see what they go with, if they pick up any of the globals I mentioned, or if they go in a different direction. Sylvanas, perhaps. We see an Anduin and a Jaina. Very early Jaina pick. That's interesting. I do think Sneaky does play it regularly, if I remember correctly, but that is not a usual first pick. Not necessarily a bad one, but immediately Blow Up comes to mind. Anduin, Light Bomb plus Jaina, Blizzard spells. So that's an interesting start. We'll see how Mallow Oats reacts. Blaze, a priority pick, and then Greymane. Greymane's an interesting choice into the Jaina. I don't actually know how much he's affected by the slows that she can put out, but a very solid macro hero on this map. They've taken both of their DPS characters already before the ban phase, the third ban phase, which is interesting. But grabbing the Blaze is something that I definitely approve of. Very high priority hero, one of the best offlaners in competitive play. And we see a Lucio ban come out from the side of Sky Temple. So, I mean, they've banned Johanna, they've banned Lucio, and they've taken Light Bomb and Jaina. So I see a big blow-up comp coming. I expect to see an Anubarak from under new management, or possibly a variant Taunt, something like that, to blow up a single target. And a Garrosh ban comes out, which I think is, it's a good ban. Anduin is a good follow-up for that, and then Jaina spells can really blow somebody up. So we'll see what under new management goes for next. Tyrael and Hogger. Didn't expect the Tyrael. With such a blow-up focus comp, I do wonder if that's judgment. I suspect it's probably not, but we'll see. Hogger's a high priority offlaner, so that makes sense. I think he trades favorably into Blaze, though I'm not 100% sure. All right, the final 2 picks coming up for Mallow Oats. A Newb and Uther. Solo heal Uther is an interesting choice. Not a ton of poke from under Newb management, just Jaina so far, so I like that. So I'd like them to pick up something that has poke and blow up. So I think a Hanzo could be interesting here. I think Vala could be interesting here. We'll see what they go with. And they go with a butcher pick in game 1. That is extremely spicy, as they say. So, really interested to see how this plays out. Very non-traditional comp. You don't see a ton of Tyrael and DIV, but he is played in competitive at higher levels, and you certainly don't see Butcher. So, can Underdo management get an early lead with some ganks, or can they scale Butcher enough to win the late game team fights? I think the weak part, or the scary part for the Mallow Oats team will be the first 10 levels, just making sure that they don't stagger any deaths to the rotations of Underdo management, and whether or not they're able to survive and get to 10. And with the 10, with Cocoon, with Uther, whether it's D-Shield or D-Storm, they'll be able to do a lot more to disengage from the Butcher and to isolate and get kills. But before 10, it's a little scary on the rotations. So we will see. As the game loads in, any predictions in the chat of what we think, who's going to take game 1? Which draft do you like better? Let us know in the chat. That is a lot of stuns for Butcher. I totally agree. Mrs. Wind Up Bird. Can the Butcher prevail? Sanctification will certainly help after 10. Anduin pulls as well to get Butcher out of trouble. AoE Divine Shield at 20. Yeah, that'll be interesting for sure. All right, we've just gotten into the game and Mallow Oats has a pause. I think there is a disconnect. So we will wait to hear about that. And in the meantime, I will go back to the map state and the bans. So like I said, we are on Sky Temple tonight for the first map, and really interesting map choice by Underdo management, not a very popular map, and then also a Butcher pick on top of picking this map. So does Butcher synergize with Sky Temple? Time will tell. Time will tell. But certainly the AoE D-Shield at 20, as mentioned in chat, will be a really good counter to Lamb 20 if it goes that way. Some friendly banter in chat as we await for the disconnect to be resolved. A lot of fans of Mallow Oats in the chat tonight. Not really seeing a lot of Underdo management support. So if you are here to support Underdo management, make your voices heard in the chat. Are you down with the Butcher? I think they may have played him once already. I remember seeing some chat about Butcher in the in the Discord, but I didn't actually check to see if they'd played it. I can take a quick look now while we're waiting. And just pulling up some stats here to see if they have played the Butcher this season. They did play it once and they won. Well, they won every game, so. So this is the second Butcher game for under new management this season. So they're definitely comfortable running it. This is not a first time thing for them this season. I'm not sure. Let's see if I can find the game where they ran Butcher, if they ran this same comp or not. First follower of the stream, X Factor? Well, I've got 13, so you might be the 14th follower or the 13th follower. If you're talking about that, in which case, you're still number one in my heart. So thanks so much for that. So it looks like when they ran this comp last time, they also ran it on Sky Temple. And they ran the exact same comp, but with Hager instead of Sonya. So 4 of the 5 heroes are the same. They played it against Regen Phoenix, who isn't as talented as Mallow Oats. So we'll see if Mallow Oats can deal with the Butcher. Still no word on the DC. I think he's running to Best Buy to get a new computer at this rate. So hopefully we can get him back up and running soon. Oh, looks like we may have some progress. We'll see. Hopefully we can get back into the game soon and get this going. They've got us on the edge of our seat with this Butcher pick. Will he or won't he stack his meat? Is he a vegan butcher? Or is he going for the fillet today? All right, hopefully the teams will give the okay soon and then we can start the game. So just making sure that everything is good here. And we will get going as soon as we can. All right, we are back into the game. So on the left side, Mallow Oats, we have on the Anubarak, the Pie Maker. On Blaze, ST Terminator. On Uther, Solskito. On Junkrat, we've got Crafty Devil. And finally on Greymane, Sonics Bro 33. And on the right side, under Newb Management, we've got AG Silver, AG, playing the Butcher. Liddell on the Tyrael. Alan by default on the Anduin. Sneaky Glades on the Jaina. And finally, Hogger is played by Zaloth. So Hogger going to top soak. We've got the vision contested just by the blue team. And the Butcher is here in mid lane, waiting for the team to come and clear it. Tyrael and Blaze contesting vision over here. Tyrael cedes the vision control for now. And Mallow Oats getting wave priority mid. Cleared the lane, and they're leaving. Again, some sparing over vision. And we see Blaze clearing out top lane. Hogger pushed it out. Butcher is now rotating, sticking around mid. Junkrat's looking bottom, and here's going to be the first test. Can Junkrat survive the Butcher here? Looks like he is okay. Junkrat's a really hard hero to gank. Some sparing up here top lane with the Hogger and the Blaze. And over here in the mid lane, just clearing the waves, we've got Jaina and Anduin on camp, and likewise Greymane and Uther, Newb holding the bush there. Hogger trying to take vision, and he does. Over here, under new management, finishing up the camp. So easy camps out. Immediately we see Mallow Oats run to do their hards. Under new management gets wave priority mid as a result. A Newb is running top to maybe look at getting some chunk on the Hogger. Don't think that'll be a successful gank. And meanwhile, bottom lane, under new management getting priority, clearing out that siege camp, which may start to get some wall damage, but it is Junkrat, so unlikely that it'll do much. Mallow Oats takes their bruiser camp first, and they may get a bit of priority on the push over to the top lane. It'll be interesting to see where it crashes and how easily it's cleared by the wall and the red camp. They're getting some nice damage here onto the wall. Butcher takes a stun. Butcher charges in. Sonic's Bro is getting very low. Ease out. Greymane is almost at 150 HP, walking away. Liddell is chasing. Can Tyrael get the kill? He cannot. So some nice wall damage. A little scary moment there for Greymane, but he does get out. And no kill and no meat for the Butcher. The downside for Mallow Oats is now they've got to clear this top wave, this top camp, and the objectives are spawning in about 20. Butcher is bot lane, probably getting the wave here, and Junkrat is already rotating to mid. Meanwhile, there's a counter push top lane, and it looks like under new management is going to get a bit more damage. Nice stun by the Blaze. Spell armor is still pretty healthy on the camp. They're going to get a tower and the wall and about half of the second tower, which it's pretty close, maybe a little bit more than what Mallow Oats got. Hogger's on top shrine. Blaze and Greymane step up with Uther. Meanwhile, Tyrael and Jaina have taken mid shrine. Game audio needs to come up a little bit. All right. Oh, there's a pause. Let me see if I can do that now. Alrighty, I just raised the game audio, so when it comes back, let me know if that's better. And if it's my mic, just let me know and I can adjust that as well. Let me just do a quick transition back as we wait for the DC. But the audio should be updating soon because it's a 30-second delay. So just let me know when you hear it. We're back into the game. And we've got some push here on the side of Mallow Oats onto under new management, taking the top shrine and the top fort. And it's getting quite low. And they take it down. Meanwhile, Tyrael does get the mid shrine. And he's going to run away for his life now, and he gets out. Meanwhile, Butcher is getting some nice wall damage bottom. Junkrat did not come to match his soak. I will bring up the talents here to take a look at those. So Butcher's got 55 meat. Let's see if there's any sparring mid lane. There's not. 11 globes for Jaina. A Newb is W build. Don't see anything out of the ordinary with these builds so far. Greymane did go Wizen at 7, which is interesting, especially into a Butcher. So good first objective series for Mallow Oats. They get the first fort of the game. and the teams are now trading the easy camps. Oh, and Mallow Oats looking for an invade here. Butcher charges in, but cancels it. Greymane goes on Butcher. Mallow Oats invades the camp here, and they will take it. Blaze goes it, gets a nice stun, but no one's close enough to follow up on the Jaina, and the team walks away. So we get a camp invade that's quickly cleared out by under Newb management, and now we see the teams posturing bot lane, defending the siege camp a little bit, but I think they'll get cleared out real quick. And experience lead is about even. The teams are very close in soak, despite under Newb management having already lost the tower. And over here, blue team, we have the Mallow Oats controlling vision again, and under Newb management is just kind of posturing mid lane right now. Not really a whole lot to do on the camp. Both teams are about 3/4 of a level from 10. Blaze could be in trouble here. I see Tyrael there. Tyrael's getting the vision, so he's okay for now, but once the vision's gone, he quickly gets it back to not give Butcher the priority there on the rotation. So with the red camp not up yet for 20 seconds, blue team is going to get this camp out and be a little late to objective, but they have an opportunity to take it, and under Newb management does not because they were a bit slower. So we'll see, does under Newb management get any value being early to objective? Both teams are now level 10. The camp is out top. Hogger is going to leave it and come bottom. And we've got Mallow Oats currently controlling objective. Now it's contested. Stun out on the Butcher. Pull out. Newb E misses. Hogger spin into the team. Cocoon is onto the Anduin. Junkrat Tire is out. Gets a lot of chunk onto the Anduin. Good sanctification. Hogger stun comes out, but under Newb management just can't make anything happen. And Mallow Oats will continue to channel the objective. Meanwhile, top is getting a great push. Mid lane is pushing in the opposite direction. I would like to see Junkrat or somebody maybe rotate for that. And it looks like Mallow Oats, or excuse me, under Newb management is conceding the second objective. And they've taken the second fort as well. Looked like they were going to try to pick off the mid fort, but then decided it was too risky, which was probably right. They may get the fort there, but then die for it as Mallow Oats rotates up. And under Newb management takes their camp while Hogger clears top lane. Boss is up, it's level 11. So just to keep that in mind. And with vision control, Mallow Oats makes a play to get priority on clearing the top. But they're also split in on this bot camp. And we see a 5-man rotation from, the Junkrat trap saves the day. And Mallow Oats is able to get the camp and get out. Junkrat is a frustrating hero to play into, and when you're trying to stack Butcher, that's a problem. Greymane clears out top wave, top camp, and Mallow Oats is starting to get a bit of an experience lead here. They get priority mid. Meanwhile, the bottom camp is also taken by under Newb management, and both teams are about level 12. Meanwhile, Mallow Oats is camping bottom bush, looking to clear. Jaina is showing top for us. And we'll see if anything happens here. Don't think all of Mallow Oats showed in vision. Under Newb management leans to clear mid. Rotating is 5. A lot of really, surprising 5-man rotations. Maybe not so surprising with a Butcher comp. But both teams really rotating together. Hogger is split right now, getting top wave. Mallow Oats does get to 13 first. And Mallow Oats pushing in a little bit into mid. This is a little surprising. Butcher charge comes out, hits the Newb cleanse comes out. Jaina combo comes out, bunker down. Pi is running away. Tyre doesn't really get any damage. Oh, here comes the Butcher ult and the sanctification and the light bomb. Can anyone die? Oh, the counter engage by the Greymane and the Blaze. Cocoon on the Anduin, but Mallow Oats is getting a little low. Both teams very low. Sonic's Bros at 1 HP. He does have those Wise and Dueling stacks. Let's take a look. He's got 6. He gets out okay. No kills so far in this game at level 13. And in the damage side, we've got Junkrat and Greymane about 13, 14,000, but only 8,000, 9,000 for Jaina. All right, the temples are up, bottom and top phase this time. Butcher charges in on the Greymane. Uther, a big stun. The Greymane gets out of the Jaina spells. Butcher's Deep gets pulled out. Greymane dives in. Blaze is putting damage onto the front line. Sonic Bros is pretty low. So is the Hogger Zoloth. Big stun by the Blaze. Hogger tries to spin out, but he's unable to. And the first kill of the game goes to Mallow Oats, and Hogger is down. Is that Big Blizzard? Let's take a look. It is Big Blizzard. So with the kill, Mallow Oats is able to just trade objectives for now. They take bottom, and they're actually starting to rotate top. It's interesting that Newb management has not started the top channel yet. It seems like a misplay to not, I guess without Hogger, no one is super safe to go up there and do it. But they're not getting any shots, and Blaze is just about finished the bottom temple. And only now is under Newb management, oops, sorry about that. Only now is under Newb management able to start channeling the top. Meanwhile, it seems that Mallow Oats is content to just give it and get their camp out and maybe play for 16. They're ahead in structure, so they can afford to give the temple, and that's what it appears they're doing. Blaze is invading the camp on his own. And takes it, and top temple still has a lot of shots. It feels like they've been uncontested for a while, but still haven't taken all the shots. They still don't take them all. They get off of it. Butcher goes back on. Meanwhile, Mallow Oats rotating bottom a lot, double camp pressure bottom onto this keep. That is a big problem for Newb management. And they actually leave the shrine completely. That, again, seems... I mean, I guess they need to take the 5v5 here with this keep really taking a ton of damage. Big Blizzard down. Hogger goes in with the E. They clear the 2 camps out, and Mallow Oats is just out macroing them right now. They just walk away. They get, 80% of a keep and just walk away, and now they can play for the last, bit of the top shrine, the top temple. Really masterful performance so far to avoid the Butcher. Don't give him anything, and they're just winning the map right now. With level 16s, they should be getting these shots for free, and all Newb management can do is get this camp. I agree, the Uther is playing very well. It's a great pick into their comp and really enabling the team to survive the engages and then counterattack. So we've got level 16s on both teams. There is a top camp pushing for Newb management that Blue will need to respond to at some point. Right now they're just getting vision and priority positioning in mid lane and seeding that as they recognize they do have to clear top lane. Now it's going to be interesting if they start boss here while somebody shows to clear top. I don't think so, but it's certainly a possibility. Oh, a Newb is there, gets revealed by the Hogger and walks away. It's also notable that that mid fort is just a single HP, but they don't have a ton of poke on the side of Newb management to go and actually take that off. Positioning and starting boss as they see Greymane and Uther top. And now let's see if the Mallow Oats is going to be able to rotate in time. I kind of like for them to just give this boss, possibly, although it looks like the team's here in time, so let's see the contest. Big stun comes out. Sanctification is there. Oh, Blaze hits a 3-man stun in the back. Jaina Ring comes down. Hogger is the first to go. A Junkrat boops the Butcher off point. Butcher gets killed. Boss goes to Mallow Oats. Tyrael is down as well to the Junkrat tire. Anduin and Jaina running for their lives. Blaze, oh, big root, but I think, Newb is 1 HP, gets the stun on Jaina. I don't love this chase. I mean, I guess it's okay. Jaina gets the kill, and then can we also secure the 5-man wipe here on Anduin? I think they let him go, and they go for core with boss. Tyrael up in 10, Hogger as well, Butcher in 13. I don't really think, with Butcher not scaled and no Jaina, that they have the ability to do anything here. So we'll see. Boss starts hitting core. Hogger dives into the back line. Tyrael is trying to zone the DPS as best he can. Big stun, and Tyrael goes down. The core is now down to 81%. Another kill to the Hogger. The Butcher almost gets a kill onto the Greymane, but then eats a ton of CC and dies as well. Anduin in Cocoon, so he can't pull him out. Big Jaina ring to come in and kill the Butcher. But despite the ring, the Butcher and Anduin get killed by the Greymane. And the first match decisively goes over to the side of Mallow Oats, and that is the first defeat that under Newb management has faced this year, and it was in a very decisive fashion from Mallow Oats. So that was quite impressive. Quite impressive. By a score of 9 kills to 0, they take the game 1 on Sky Temple. Now this is despite the fact that under Newb management picked map and then picked Butcher, and they knew they were going to do this because they ran it on Sky Temple with 4 of these 5 heroes earlier this season, only changing out the Hogger. And it worked then, but it didn't work this time. So props to Mallow Oats for playing around the Butcher cheese comp and coming out with a really decisive game 1. I thought the Junkrat pick, really hard to gank, can safely clear bot lane. You know, you're not getting that early pick. Similarly, Blaze top lane. I mean, how you're going to get Blaze, you're going to get Junkrat. Both of those heroes have lots of escape tools. And Uther in team fights just constantly saving the Greymane with armor and you know, I think some of the ults that he had there. We'll take a look at the talents here. Some of the Divine Shield ults that he put on to the team to save folks from dying to Butcher, I thought was, you know, really well played by Uther. Some good re-engage stuns as well. Blaze hit on the boss, a clutch 3-man stun on the back line to secure that boss. Really big play by the Blaze. So well played by Mallow Oats. Yeah, Ring of Frost over Elemental is a decision, not usually the ult that you see. I suppose it's just part of the wombo with Lambda to Slaughter and Shockwave and Light Bomb and just, you know, having a bunch of wombos. But really well done by Mallow Oats. I'm interested to see how under Newb management responds. I suspect that we won't see any more Butchers this series. It's just a hunch, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But perhaps the experiment is over. And under Newb management, spotting them spotting them a game 1 to play the fun comp, and we will see what happens in game 2. So I will go to back to the maps here, and I will await the map pick for game number 2, and we'll see what that is in just a second. And it looks like it's going to be Brax's Holdout. Brax's Holdout is map number 2. And let me just see who picked. Looks like Mallow picked first pick. So, sorry, under Newb management rather picked first pick. So the map was picked by Mallow Oats, the winner of the first match. And we'll get a Brax's Holdout game going in just a minute here. But big win for Mallow Oats. Come out really tight, you know. Didn't panic when they saw the Butcher. Nobody got ganked. The rotations were clutch. The vision control for Mallow Oats was very impressive. And and quite an easy game one. So I'm interested to see. I expect the drafts on both sides to change quite a bit because of the map and also because, I don't think we'll see Butcher again. So it's going to be interesting to see how these teams play Brax's holdout in game number 2. Is it a 2-0 sweep for Mallow Oats, which, as a reminder, would give them the victory over Newb management for the regular season championship, and they would be the #1 seed, as far as I understand, because they'd have the head-to-head tiebreaker and the same number of points, despite having more losses. But if Newb management is able to win one game, then I think they will still come out on top for the season. If you guys are enjoying the content and want to see more Hero of the Storm casts on NGS or solo Storm League play, please follow the stream and feel free to subscribe as well if you want to support the channel. So thanks so much for tuning in, and it's my second cast, so I'm trying to get a hang of things. So hopefully the cast quality is good, and feel free to leave any recommendations in chat for how things can be improved, because like I said, just my second cast, so still learning. As we wait for the teams to ready up for the second game, we will give them a few here just to sort out who's banning, who's the captain, make sure the teams are on the right sides, all that fun stuff. And we'll get going for game 2 shortly. Yeah, no worries. Happy to cast. Thanks so much for being here, guys. It's a pleasure. I'm really enjoying it. One of my favorite things about NGS is just having casters, having that element of having the ability to watch your friends play, to even watch your own streams when your team plays, watch the replay, see how folks saw it live, see the macro point of view with all the full vision. I mean, it's such a great experience and really adds a unique flavor to NGS. So, I'm a really big fan. So I thought maybe I'd do my part by trying to cast a couple games. All right, looks like one of the teams is ready, so we should be starting soon once we get the all clear from team number 2. And it looks like they are indeed ready. So we will get going in just a second. All righty. So game 1 over to Mallow Oats on Sky Temple, and now we're on game 2, Brax's holdout, and the first ban over to Newb management. And we'll see, do they ban the Junkrat this time? That seems to be, a really strong hero on the side of Mallow Oats. Could be picked up on this map. Not sure we'll see the Uther on this map. It's always possible, but I think it's not as common of a selection just because of the sustain you need. Oh, a Mephisto ban comes out first. So I wonder if that's a target ban. Not a super commonly played hero, so I suspect it is. And we see a second Sonya ban on the side of Mallow Oats, so I'm sure that is a target ban onto Zloth. Both probably because of who they want to play, and probably because Zloth has a Fire Sonya. And Stitch's ban comes out second. Who will it be on the side of Mallow Oats for the second ban. White main banned, so I think it's the same bans as the first game. Sticking with those target bans. And first pick over to the side of under new management this time, so we'll see what they go with. They take the Junkrat first this time. So Junkrat over to the red team, previously on the blue team. And Mallow Oats will take the next two picks. You know, I will say I really like, after under new management chose first pick, that Mallow Oats opted for Brax's holdout, because the nice thing about having second pick on this map is you get to counterpick the solo lane. And on a map like Braxis, that's huge. So really a big fan of taking this map if you are not first pick. And we get a Tychus and a Johanna coming out of the side of Mallow Oats. So Johanna can eat a trap or two with her trait. Tychus, good D push with the Odin or point control. Generally a fairly strong hero as well, so interesting first two picks. And we get a Dahaka variant, so already showing the solo laner. I guess that, you know, not a huge deal because they're going to have to pick it before Mallow Oats anyway. So Dahaka variant. So I suspect to see a Lucio ban from under new management. And that's an interesting ban from Mallow Oats on the Kel'Thuzad. I would have expected a Stukov ban if I'm honest. Because Stukov with variant is extremely strong. And even with a Lucio to cleanse it, it's difficult because of the silence. So I expect to see a Lucio ban here from under new management, because they banned it last time and because it's good into their comp. So we'll see. And it's actually a Rexar ban, so they're prioritizing not, you know, trying to give Dahaka a winning matchup. So I would like to see Mallow Oats steal away the Stukov here, so that the other team can't pick it. I guess the problem with taking Stukov is that he doesn't have a cleanse. So maybe Lucio is better, but then you give them the Stukov. So I expect those two heroes. Okay, we get an Anduin. Well, I definitely expect the Stukov, but we'll see. We'll see if it happens or not. Chen in the top lane to face the Haka. And the Light Bomb Johanna combo is very strong and potent. So with the Anduin's trait, he can save folks from taunt, but only twice after level 16, and it's a pretty long cooldown. And they actually go with Deckard and Li Ming, so I wonder if they maybe just don't play a ton of Stukov. I mean, Deckard is very solid as well, lots of CC. Not a huge fan of the Li Ming choice with the Junkrat, double mage. Although I think they ran double mage against our team as well, and did pretty well against us, and I think I was Johanna, so we'll see if it works out again. Finally, a Kael'thas pick to get some of that wave clear. So interesting drafts. Junkrat Li Ming is not a combo you usually see, and again, I was surprised to see the Deckard instead of the Stukov. He'll definitely help, but a little bit less reliable follow-up than the Stukov. In terms of scaling comps, it's tough. I think they both scale pretty well. Junkrat scales well, Johanna scales well. I might give the edge slightly to under new management. Deckard 20 is pretty insane as well. So we'll have to see. I don't know that it gets to 20 on this map though, but very non-traditional drafts. Didn't expect the Deckard, didn't expect the Chen on the side of Mallow Oats, so I don't really know how Chen does into Dahaka. So that'll be an interesting matchup to keep an eye on. But I think the key for this game is going to be under new management between levels 4 and 10. How much value can they get out of taunt before, you know, either Falling Sword or, you know, Anduin can get too much value out of his abilities, whether it's Light Bomb for disengage or pull or even the protection ult. Probably not the protection ult this time into Li Ming with Wave of Force. So I expect to see Light Bomb. But interesting drafts. Very different from the last game. Yeah, I didn't do scouting, unfortunately, so if they play the Chen, then that makes sense. I suspect he probably does pretty well into Dahaka. Alrighty, so let's get started with game 2. On the side of Mallow Oats, we have on the Tychus Sonics Bro 33, the Pie Maker on the Johanna, Solskito on the Anduin, and Crafty Devil on the Kael'thas. Top lane, we've got ST Terminator on the Chen. And on the side of Underdube Management, we've got AG Silver AG. On the, I think that's Li Ming, Liddell on the Varian, Zloth on the Dahaka going bot lane, Sneaky Glades on the Junkrat, and Alan by default playing the Deckard. So Chen top lane. We have a couple talents chosen. It's Globes for Johanna. It is Q-Build for Varian. Also for Li Ming. We see the slow coming out on the Deckard level 1. Globes for Kael'thas. Nothing unexpected here. Dahaka looking for something here on the 4v5. Johanna stepping up. Varian stepping up. Oh, the root on the Deckard and the tongue coming out on Crafty, and Crafty goes down to the 5v4. Great root for the Emerald root combo from the Deckard, followed up by the drag. And Dahaka is now top lane, so he doesn't miss any soak. Really, really good play on a level 1 Varian by the side of Underdube Management. All right, the beacons are up in 30 seconds. We'll see if anyone gets an early camp out. Crafty is back in the lane. Some damage taken onto Varian there. 3 globes for Johanna. Up top lane, Chen appears to be kicking Dahaka's butt. He has to back away. Big damage onto both tanks. Liddell having to back out pretty low. He's not really a tank at this point at level 2. And I have to say, I like Mallow's chances of winning the early objective with the Chen and the pre-4 Varian. Junkrat Trap comes out. Johanna is really low, has to burn trait, has to walk out. So Johanna is chunked. Anduin heals her up a bit. On the top lane, Chen and Dahaka fighting it out. Over here, a lot of damage onto Pie Maker. He's got to back out. Crafty Devil also getting low on mana. So Johanna taps. Crafty, I expect, will tap as well. We'll see if they continue to force it. Chen comfortably has top lane. It's level 3.5, so now or never to make a play before Varian gets taunt. Johanna comes in to counter engage the Varian. And Mallow is stepping up on the point here. Junkrat, being the fair and balanced hero he is, puts a concussion mine on top, and Mallow has the point. But here comes taunt. We have taunt, we have orb reset at 4 for Ming, we have Ruby. Crafty Devil takes the stun on the Varian, and they're going to go do their camp, recognizing that they probably don't do too well into that team, you know, as well as they did pre-4. Dahaka does get top. Chen's going to go and take it back. The red gets some channel on the objective. Kael'thas trying to hold down bottom. Not the best hero to do that. Doesn't de-push super well, but is able to clear the wave. Li Ming gets some wall damage. But now Dahaka has to deal with the camp top. And that should make it even easier than it was for Chen to control it. Varian is on the Johanna. Li Ming spells lots of damage. Tychus takes a big orb. It is rooted and then taunted, and Johanna or Anduin pull comes out. Tychus getting low. Dodges the orb. Grenade comes out, gets a nice chunk on the Li Ming. Somehow the Chen lost to the Dahaka, and we have a pause. So with the camp pushing, but Chen low, he's got to back off, and Underdube Management is getting control of both beacons. And I don't see an easy way to get them back. I suspect, or what I would do at least, is send probably Tychus. If Chen has tap, I think Chen DC'd. which is perhaps why he lost the matchup there to Dahaka. If Chen does have tap, then perhaps he can play with Tychus topside, get the top shrine back. But unfortunate that we have a disconnect, and we will go to our map screen while we wait it out. Oh, and the game is already back. Apologies for that. So we will transition back. So Tychus is rotating top. Chen backed. We have bottom control by the side of Underdue Management, starting to push into the fort. Anduin also rotated up. They have clear control over the top lane now. I think that was maybe a bit of an over-rotation to have all three go up, because now they're really starting to lose support damage. Dahaka was still going to have to clear the camp. A lot of damage comes out onto Chen. Crafty Devil does get Varian low. And the fort is down to about half health. Junkrat and Li Ming continue to push. And Junkrat being super fun to play against with all his stuff under their base. Meanwhile, Tychus up top, tongue misses, and Tychus walks away. Johanna playing for top shrine control right now. We have Li Ming and the Varian up here. The shield goes down, and they're looking to get some damage there on the Varian, but Tychus doesn't do super well with the ability to parry all those autos. They are holding the point for now. Kael'thas bottom, 1v1ing the Junkrat. Back up top, we've got a taunt onto the Johanna. I don't think he's got trait, and oh, maybe it just came up. Johanna is able to walk away. Tychus getting some nice damage, but takes a Li Ming orb. Has to back out. Blue team is low. Meanwhile, Kael'thas is, looks like winning that matchup, although it's pretty tight. Uh-oh. Dahaka comes in for the burrow. Misses tongue. Can Crafty get out? No, he cannot. He falls to the Dahaka W. And now we've got Mallow Oats back trying to control the bottom point, prevent the full channel from happening. Meanwhile, Varian and Vala are pushing top lane into Chen, not doing too much so far. Kael'thas up in 2 seconds here. Looks like Underdue Management has about half a level experience lead. Drag misses, great dodge by the Tychus on the drag. And they're holding it now, 3v4. I would have liked to have seen Underdue Management get a little bit more value than they did. I guess they got a bit of wall damage with the two top, but it allowed this team to really hold bottom point while Kael'thas was dead. Now we're looking at an invade. That is quite scary. Johanna is in the middle of their team. Varian is very far forward. Johanna does get on the point, pops her trait. A taunt comes out on the Johanna. A lot of Ruby out that's not being utilized. Chen goes in as well. A lot of damage on the Varian. Li Ming is chunking the Johanna. Maybe Junkrat actually saved the Johanna. Tychus goes down. And the Junkrat boop, I think, saved the Johanna with just 50 HP there. But Tychus does fall. And Underdue Management is in prime position to perhaps channel this objective here with about a level lead and 3 kills. Dahaka walking up top. Meanwhile, they are taking down the bottom fort. Varian, Li Ming, and Junkrat. Chen is going to do his best to defend. There's a Deckard rotation coming as well. I think Chen probably has to realize that they're coming. And meanwhile, actually, this team is going to be able to maybe sit back on bot. Junkrat boops Johanna off point. Johanna pops trade a bit early for my taste. And maybe tried to do it before the boop. And now she's fighting into their team with no shield. Deckard Ruby getting a lot of value for the Varian. And Underdue Management just has tons of poke that's been hard to deal with for Mallow has had a difficulty dealing with it. And with, Tychus, Kael'thas damage, it's quite hard to kill Varian. And if you can't kill Varian, then you have to try to kill one of the mages or Deckard, and that, those two heroes don't do that well either. Oof, big Li Ming damage onto the Johanna. Is she Seeker this game? Let's take a look. She is Seeker. We're starting to see a lot more of that one-shot potential. And up here we've got 4 members with level 10 getting the top channel, Junkrat guarding the bottom. And quite a difference from game 1. Now that they don't have Butcher, Underdue Management looking quite a bit stronger, and takes the first objective, I believe, at level 11. And Mallow Oats does almost have level 10 to contest. Let's see if they can save this fort. Meanwhile, Junkrat is clearing bottom. Varian dives in, takes some damage. Johanna does burn trait. And now we see the fort taking quite a bit of damage. I don't think there's any way that they can save this. Chen gets dragged by the Dahaka, is able to jump out. And the wave is still very healthy and takes down the fort. See how much wall damage they can get onto the keep wall. Meanwhile, Junkrat is rotating up, having cleared bot lane. Big damage onto the KT from the Li Ming. Ooh, big drag onto the Johanna, and the Johanna goes down. So Zergwave still about 40% health. He takes down the keep wall at 9 minutes. Tychus pops Odin to depush. And I think this is under new management's cue to get away. They got the keep wall. They got the Johanna kill. 5 kills to 0. They have a level and a half lead. Things are looking good for under new management. A lot of praise in the chat for the Deckard and the level of toxicity that Junkrat offers, and I agree with both of those. The Emerald pick is quite strong. I was hoping for a Stukov pick in the draft, but I have to admit the Deckard Emerald plus the Varian Taunt seems to be a really powerful combination that makes it quite easy for Junkrat and Li Ming to hit follow-up damage. All right, Johanna checks the bush. Now Varian is in there shortly after. Takes a lot of damage from the Li Ming. And the team is posturing bot lane. Both camps kind of pushed up top lane, but there's also red pressure on the bottom lane as well. Take a look at the stats here. We've got 32,000 damage for Li Ming, 24,000 for Junkrat, and Tychus leading the way on Mallow's side. Big combo onto the Li Ming, but 50 spell armor from level 1 negates a lot of that damage, and Deckard heals are up to full. Some top pressure here to worry about. Also some pressure here, not too troublesome for them. They burn right through the Johanna shield. Is Varian shield breaker? We'll see. I suspect he will be. He's holding the pick. I mean, they have Chen Johanna and Anduin and Kael'thas. Yeah, so he takes shield, shattering throw. All right. Under new management, sticking bottom. Chen is in a dangerous spot. And the taunt comes out. Li Ming damage. Pull comes out. Johanna goes in. Takes a lot of damage. Has to pop her trait, but she is slept. Gets the light bomb onto the Varian. Dahaka dodges it. I think that's Chen that jumps in with the ult. Liddell is pretty deep, but Ruby is a thing. And big silence comes out as well from the Dahaka, and Chen falls. So the encounter gauge unsuccessful for the side of Mallow Oats, and under new management walks away with kill number 6 on the Chen. Meanwhile, Dahaka burrow top, and he is taking the top beacon. And Mallow Oats licking their wounds in the bottom lane. What are the 10s? We've got Blessed Shield, Storm Earth Fire. Oh my gosh, Anduin just got deleted. I don't know if he face checked the bush. I missed it. I was looking at the talons. Maybe you guys saw it on the corner of the screen, but Anduin is dead. Blessed Shield, Storm Earth Fire. We've got Odin. We've got Light Bomb. We've got Phoenix. Oof, another big engage off the bush. And they do get the drag connect, and Johanna falls as well. Very difficult comp to play into with Junkrat Li Ming. With the Varian Deckard. Just extremely strong. And they're going to get the boss as well as the 100% Zergwave. Things looking dire for Mallow Oats. They are pretty close to 13, so that can help. Looks like boss will go top. Are they able to save one or both keeps? I think bottom lane is very unlikely. I think it's possible they save top keep. Odin is popped. The wave is pushing in. Take a look at the fight here. Li Ming just poking that fort down. They've got a 53% wave. I mean, let's see if they look for a core call. They're not 16s yet, so even talent tiers. They've got an 8% level advantage on damage, etc. Chen is in there trying to zone them out. The problem is, this is the last panda, and he is all the way in there and dead. Deckard's sleep comes out to help confirm the kill. And the core is already down to 59%. Big damage onto the Varian, but also the Johanna. They do get the Varian kill. Light Bomb comes out, but Boss is now on core, and that is a GG to the side of under Newb management for game number 2. Alrighty, well, let's take a look at the post-game summary here with the damage. So if we look here, the Li Ming, I mean, AG Silver, 48,000 damage. That Seeker build proving deadly. Easy to follow up on the taunt. 6 kills. So, you know, I poo-pooed the Li Ming Junkrat combination, but it was lethal in this draft. And also had top siege damage as well. And, you know, I think, you know, it just feels like Mallow Oats didn't have the tools in the draft to really deal with that comp. Chen can dive the backline, but who comes with him? Is it Johanna? Tychus and Kael'thas really aren't capable of that. I think, you know, maybe instead of having a Tychus, maybe having a Genji or something like that, along with someone who's a bit safer than Kael'thas, you know, might have worked a little bit better, but that's just a really difficult draft to play into. Take a look at the talents again here. The Seeker build is becoming more and more popular, and it's, you know, it's pretty lethal. Kanai's Cube for the Deckard, also helping to reduce the damage. And we have the Silence Traps as well. Really difficult matchup for Mallow Oats in game number 2. And after a decisive game 1 for the blue team and a decisive game 2 for the red team, it's going to be really interesting to see how that third game shakes out. We'll put back up the maps as we await the choice for map number 3. Don't think we have any confirmation of that just yet. And hopefully we'll hear soon about the map choice. But very impressive win after coming out with a bit of a meme comp in game 1 with the Butcher and losing rather decisively on the map they picked. Under Newb management clearly pulled it together and ran a really strong comp. Like I said, I'm also in DIV, and I think we saw something very similar with the double mage. I don't remember if it was Junkrat and Li Ming, or it was definitely Li Ming. I don't remember what the second mage was. And it was lethal. It was very lethal. So they've shown it work again. So I wonder, will we see a Varian ban? Will we see a Li Ming or Junkrat ban to try to counteract that that comp? Or maybe they pick a bit more of a macro focused map like Cursed Hollow and try to avoid it, avoid fighting. It'll be interesting to see. Hey, we've got 30 viewers in the chat, so while we wait for game number 3, thank you so much for joining, everybody. My name is The Duke. I am very new to casting, but really excited to come and show you guys some great NGS content tonight. And if you're enjoying the content tonight and want to support the stream and NGS, please you know, give me a follow on the Twitch and you know, subscribe as well if you'd like, and would love to continue to cast some of these matches. This is actually only the second match for NGS I've casted, so I'm still very new and picking up all the tips and tricks for how to do the best streaming, quality streaming for you guys to enjoy the matches. So But thanks so much for coming out and supporting the stream and supporting NGS, and most of all, supporting Mallow, Oats and Under New Management. These two teams, if you didn't already know, are at the top of the standings, first and second place. Coming into tonight, Under New Management had not lost a game. Not a game. I'm not even talking about a series. They hadn't lost a game. And they lost the first game tonight. I have to update the scoreboard here. They lost the first game tonight to Mallow Oats, and then came back with a decisive win in game number 2. And now we'll see game 3, which is going to be, by the way, in Volkskaya Foundry. So we'll get that pulled up in a second. It looks like Mallow Oats opted for first pick. So this is a pick by Under New Management. Alrighty. So we're getting the lobby populated. And we'll get going to Volkskaya Foundry shortly. Any thoughts in the chat about what heroes you think will be banned or picked in the third match based on what we've seen so far? Friend of mine popping in for co-casting, but but I can respect it. I can respect it. Alrighty, so we should be good to go soon. Appreciate the raid, Mac. And we'll get started in just a bit. We're getting the lobby set up, and yeah, really excited to see this game. I mean, you know, Volkskaya Foundry is a map that typically goes to level 20 and is a pretty team fight heavy map, which seemed to be the strong suit for Under New Management. I'll say Mallow Oats played the macro in game 1 to perfection, and Under New Management just outmuscled them in the team fights in game 2. So predictably, Under New Management does take a team fight map in game number 3. And I wonder how Mallow Oats is going to respond to that. I mean, do they go with something like a Sylvanas and maybe try to split push, especially because the objective on this map doesn't do a whole lot? That could be an interesting approach. Or do they just, you know, find a way to, you know, force Under New Management to play a different draft? Do they take away the Varian? Do they take away the Li Ming? It feels like Junkrat also is going to be first picked or banned because it's been highly contested by both teams. So we will see. All right, we should be getting kicked off pretty soon. So just waiting for the word. And we will get into draft shortly. Alrighty, and now we're going to kick off game number 3 between the first and second place teams in Division A East, Mallow Oats in second and Under New Management in first. I believe with Under New Management's victory in game number 2, they have secured the first seed in the playoffs, but bragging rights in this match are still up for grabs in game number 3, and we will see who can take advantage. Insta Sonya band coming out from the side of Mallow Oats. Still not willing to let that one through. It'll be interesting to see. Junkrat is insta banned, so not letting Mallow Oats take that now that they have first pick. And the white main comes out. So the same 2 bans all 3 games for Mallow Oats. They know what they don't want to play against. And it's Sonya and it's white main. So will they first pick Li Ming or Varian? Or maybe third ban one of those heroes? Probably not going to happen with the Junkrat band. Maybe we'll see something different. Junkrat Stitches, pretty predictable bands as well. Both strong heroes. And we'll see now what the first pick is. Is it a Rhaegar, a Stukov, a Johanna, Blaze? It is a Blaze. Really solid, safe first pick. Bunker is a great way of disengaging. Blaze also played extremely well in game number 1. So great pick there. And let's see if Undernew Management tips their hat a little bit to their draft strategy with these first 2 picks, or do they keep it kind of, oh, they sure do. They sure do. They go Vala Uther. That is screaming a double heal game with a Vala hyper carry. So if I'm Mallow Oats, I'm thinking about a Deckard or an Anna for an anti-heal, because I'm sure they're going to pair Uther with another healer. I mean, it's not 100% guaranteed, but I suspect we'll see it. And we'll see what they go with. A Newb, Mephisto. Mephisto's a great pick and a double healer. That is a great pick. And I think it was banned out against them in the last game. So I'm really interested to see who they ban. Which maybe they're going to try to ban one of the healers out, or maybe they ban a tank that they think goes particularly well with the double healer. Perhaps a Johanna. Lucio is banned out. Makes sense from the side of Undernew Management. Really, really spicy pick so far. And we'll see what the blue team bans. I think Malfurion would be interesting to ban. Stukov, Rhaegar. But you can't ban them all. So they do go with the Varian. That makes sense given we just saw it. To deny that from them. Although Varian, doesn't double healer Vala wants to out sustain you, and Varian is not really about that. They go Zagara, which I think will be off lane, and Mal'Ganis. That is a terrifying front line. Mal'Ganis Uther with a Zagara off lane, and I'm really interested to see if Zloth does pick up that second healer or not, because he's the off laner, and maybe they'll swap some folks around after, or maybe they will just play a Bruiser with solo heal Uther, but I suspect not. Greymane and Anduin come out to round out the comp from Mallow Oats. And what will we see on the side of Undernew Management for their 5th and final pick? Is it a double healer game, or will they go more traditional comp with Uther solo heal? It is the Malfurion, which makes sense. When you look at a hero like Mephisto who spreads damage around, that's why I was thinking it earlier. Playing solo heal Uther into Mephisto sounds like a bad time. Malfurion is able to do a lot of AoE healing and is pretty good there, and then the Uther counters the Greymane. But the question is, can the Vala do enough? I mean, she does have Zagara to help her do some damage. But it's going to be really interesting to see whether or not Mallow Oats can, use Cocoon to try to isolate, maybe get rid of the Uther in the fight, maybe get rid of the Mal'Ganis and just dive the backline. How are they going to be able to play this this matchup? But really interesting drafts by both teams. I'm a fan of both of the drafts. I think Greymane's a bit scary into Uther Mal'Ganis. That probably is the pick that concerns me the most. Having the Anduin does help. And having Curse Bullet also will help with the Mal'Ganis. If I'm Mallow Oats, I think I'm cocooning Uther and trying to kill the Mal'Ganis. That is my strategy in fights. with Bullet and all the other damage they've got. So we will see. But the game is up. And as we transition over, on the left side for the third and final time tonight, Mallow Oats led by the Pie Maker on a Nubarak, ST Terminator on the Blaze, Crafty Devil on the Mephisto, Solskito on the Anduin, and Sonic's Bro 33 on the Greymane. On the side of Underdew Management, we have Zloth playing the Mal'Ganis, it looks like, Liddell on the Uther, AG Silver on the Vala, Alan by default on the Malfurion, and finally, sneaking away is Sneaky Glades, unironically, on the Zagara. So a little bit of posturing mid lane. Zagara starting to put creep down in the transition of bot. Blaze following her down. Some Mephisto damage coming out. Looks like, big stun onto the Nubarak. Takes a ton of damage after the Malfruit sleep. Has to E out. Sonic's Bro's also taking damage. Crafty goes back in and trades a bit more, but you know, an exchange won by the side of Underdew Management. Greymane throwing a cocktail on the wave. Big stun onto the Mephisto. Mal'Ganis diving in, gets rooted by the Anduin. Meanwhile, Blaze doing some good creep control here. Pretty good hero to play into Zagara, I would assume. Just based on what I know about those heroes. But Underdew Management gets wave priority, so Nubarak has to stay top. Nubarak is Mephisto is bottom, is able to get out before any danger or stuns approaches him. And you can see Mallow Oats getting an early camp lead here on the left side ahead of this team. And they get the rotation back up top. Nubarak taking some poke damage from Vala. Underdew Management still has the wave priority top and bottom, or middle, I should say. Greymane clearing out this middle lane. Nubarak posturing. Gonna get that soak up top. And the turret is taken. Zagara backing for mana. Uther getting the wave bottom. And we see Underdew Management posturing mid. Both teams going for mid clear. Crafty going to look for maybe some damage over the wall. He comes in, gets some damage on the Vala. The wave is mostly cleared. A couple globes in, see if Nubarak goes for those globes or not. Every little bit of XP can matter. He does get one and then a mini globe, experience globe. Meanwhile, top, some experience also is collected and the teams are trading. Uther soloing the siege camp up top, along with Greymane and Anduin, who of course get it out much faster. Zagara is starting to get really some good creep control here bottom, pushing the Blaze into towers. And Vala coming to help Uther out so he doesn't take, 10,000 years, just so he can probably complete his quest. So, turn the vision off there for a second. Let's take a look. Yeah, Uther is that auto attack quest, as I assumed, so just getting some of that early. And other notable talents, Vala auto attack build, a Nubarak W build. Nothing else seems out of the ordinary. Mephisto going for W as well. Underdew Management taking the early point control, gets a nice stun into a Nubarak, but he is able to burrow charge out. Does not take too much damage. The camps are about even top lane. Big stun onto the Crafty Devil. Pull does come out. Don't know if it was needed. There was not a ton of follow-up on the Mephisto, the Mal'Ganis engage. And Mallow Oats take over the point momentarily. Crafty Devil pokes and takes some damage in return. Meanwhile, Zagara clears out top, and there's not a response from the Blaze, so that's going to be pushing into the wall. So I expect Mallow Oats does need to respond to that. Blaze does get bottom priority. And they're holding this channel as long as they can. Greymane did rotate top to deal with the Zagara push. Nubarak taking a bunch of damage, but is able to E out and actually not take quite as much damage because of the shield, so that was well done by him. Meanwhile, Greymane is not doing super hot into that Zagara. Has to use his tap. Oof! Nubarak tries to go in and loses most of his health, has to tap. And big Blaze stun, trying to peel the camp invade. Nubarak is here, but still relatively low. Can they get the They do get the turret. Big stun onto the Mal'Ganis. Maybe they can look something here. They don't have the Greymane, which is really what you need to kill him. So he walks out, and the teams are back to the point. Both have a turret. Turrets are placed down. Actually, blue has a second. Oh no, that's a beetle. So blue still has their turret. Red burns their turret. Zagara is still getting a bunch of wall damage top. Blaze walking to deal with that. And we see them come in here. Mal'Ganis onto the Anub'arak. E is already down. No E for Anub'arak. Oh, he's rooted and slept. Big damage by the Vala, and he has to walk away with about 20% of his life. The turret was also dropped and is immediately burned. Oof, Greymane almost dies, is pulled, and then does die to the Vala poke. Unfortunate for them, and I think the objective is now going to go over to the side of Newb management. They also got most of top wall from the Zagara push, which is quite good for them. Blaze E's in, is running for his life, pops the armor on the trait, and Newb management takes over the objective and is now able to push mid lane with the Protector. Raka, thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome everybody. My name is the Duke. I am in NGS myself as well, and a new caster, casting this match between the first and second place in Div A East under Newb management on the red team, and Mallow Oats on the blue team. We're locked up 1-1, a game apiece to either side, and this is game 3 in this season finale match between the top 2 teams in Div A. In this match, Newb management is out to an early lead, and they got all of mid wall, all of the remainder of top wall, and are now pushing in a bit more here. But the Protector is more or less finished, and they'll walk away. If you're enjoying the content and want to see more Heroes of the Storm action, please follow the channel, and would love to cast more games. This is only my second cast, so really appreciate the support, and just love being here for the Heroes community. All right, we have the Newb management on their turret camp, likewise for Mallow Oats, and getting some wave priority here top. It'll be interesting to see if they push in top with the 3-man, but I think they're just going to continue to soak. XP is about even, despite all the extra structure damage that Newb management has. Just a single kill so far. I believe it was on the Greymane in the first objective fight. We'll take a look at the damage stats here. So it looks like Vala's got 19k, Zagara with about 11, Mephisto with 16, and Greymane with 10. Zagara effectively pushing into Blaze, setting up that creep. Newb management controlling vision here in the mid lane. But I did miss it. They were able to get the heal camp right out from under the nose of me, and also Newb management. So the Pie Maker with the heal camp. And that'll be useful for the next team fight. Meanwhile, Newb management starts their siege camp. The blue team has not done so yet. And Mal'Ganis goes and gets top soak. Alrighty, so XP's about even. We actually missed the Zagara kill. Was that on the... I was looking at chat. Was that on the... was that the Blaze soloing the Zagara kill? Mal'Ganis soloing there. Anub'arak comes in with the stun. Ooh, big Durance. Greymane goes in, but the heal camp isn't used, and then the Anub'arak dies. They pick up the heal camp. So a lot of engage there on the side of Mallow Oats, but not using the heal camp costs them, as Anub'arak is the first to fall, and D-Storm comes out. The turret also has not been used, and Mal'Ganis picks up the turret as well. Really unfortunate that Mallow Oats is not dropping the items earlier in these fights, and they're pushing in, and they will get top 4. Both teams now at level 13. Blaze and Zagara trading bot lane. I wonder if Blaze will maybe sneak another kill. Oh, just misses the stun. And Mallow Oats clearing top lane. Meanwhile, there could be a rotation down to the Blaze after this mid wave. We'll see if they go for the gank or if they just push mid. Looks like they are just going to push mid. Mephisto is here to try to de-push this now that the rest of the team arrives. Oof. Big stun onto the Mal'Ganis. The Blaze comes in and gets stunned as well. Big Durance, and then Blaze follow up onto the Mal'Ganis, who goes down. Uther in the cocoon. Great cocoon. But they're not able to follow up on the Uther after the Mal'Ganis kill. So what do they do with this kill that they've got? Second of the game. Blaze bunker out. Big stun. Big counter stun onto the Newb. Gets into the bunker. Is able to scurry his way out. Heal camp is used as well. Blaze is low. Also low mana. So a bit more fighting after the first Mal'Ganis kill, and they're going to try to use their advantage to take this turret camp. I like trying to get something out. Oh, big stun. Big stun. The D-Storm is not enough. The Malfurion dies to the big Blaze stun. Or I think it was a Newb actually, and they are able to steal away that turret camp. So Mallow's showing some fight here. Down early, loses a structure, and was down in kills, but now has evened it up 3-3. You'll love to see it. Blaze defending bottom lane rather to a couple of folks pushing in, and man, it seems like they've done this this heal camp on cooldown and just get it for free. So well done by Mallow. It's about even in XP. Anduin is a bit low on mana. Blaze is fighting 3v5, but can he get a stun onto this Vala? Do they have Cocoon as well for the? Yep, there's the Cocoon, and the Vala is going to fall eventually. An Anduin auto attack gets her down. There's a top wave pushing top. Mal'Ganis looking to push out mid, so I'd like to see Blaze maybe soak and the rest push, but they're not opting to push. They're just going to get their turret camp. Would have liked to have seen Mallow be a bit more aggressive after getting that Vala kill and maybe pushing a bit more. But they have to deal with their lanes, so they get their turret camp and they're going to get 16 first. Alrighty, so Mallow's going to start their hard camp, which was just taken by under new management as well. Meanwhile, Blaze is in a world of hurt down here. Had to bunker out. Can he get out? The big stun there, and he is going to fall. So great gank by under new management. How much push will they do bottom? It looks like just Zagara. The rest will rotate mid. Zagara will quickly take this down. Blaze is down for 30, so if no one comes here, this is a dead fort, I think. Meanwhile, up top, we're going to get a 4v4. Liddell walking in. Big stun onto the Newb. Big second stun. Bullet comes down. Divine Storm. The Cocoon onto the mouth, but after the silence ult comes out from the mouth. Big stun on the mouth. And they get the second kill. The turret still hasn't been used by a Newb. Oh, the Mal'Ganis ult comes out, but it is too late. He dies as well. 3 kills and a big 4v4 win for the side of Mallow, and they get the objective. The consolation prize for under new management is taking that bottom fort. But unfortunately for them, they're going to lose at least one fort here top. We'll see how much value this team can get out of the fight. Bullet comes down and misses. They're pushing in this this fort here, and they should be able to pretty easily take either keep wall or mid fort. Let's see what they choose to do. They could go bottom as well, because the next objective will be there. Maybe they won't be able to get mid fort. Maybe that is a bit too rich. Certainly the wall. Then maybe they're going to take bottom wall as well. We'll see how they play this. About 36% on the protector. They're rotating down as 5. They take the wall, which was already low, and now they're going to see how much damage they can do on this fort. The problem is, I suspect under new management can just dive the backline while they're in this protector. And we'll see. Oh, no! Big stun for them. Oh, big stun there. The pull comes out on the Mephisto. Newb falls, does get the turret down. Mephisto dies. Greymane dies as well. Anduin with almost no mana. Can Mal'Ganis catch him? No, he cannot. Big root out to save Anduin's life. And Blaze is able to retreat as well. So 3 kills for the side of under new management. How much of this keep can they get? Is it just the wall? Or do they actually get the full keep? I suspect they will get the full keep with just Anduin and Blaze defending. We'll see how aggressive they play it. But yeah, that was just a case of overextending to try to get that bottom fort, and under new management knew how to play it. It's an interesting stun, but Blaze walks away, trying to de-push as much as they can here, but you know, with Zagara and Vala, you know, there's just no chance. And the bottom keep is taken down. That root off of the Protector falling was massive. Followed up by the D-Storm. I mean, double healer new meta, looks like, with that play right there. All right, so I think the biggest problem for Mallow Oats is that the under new management team is almost level 20. Love this play going for the turret to force a fight before 20, or just get the healing camp for free. Looks like they will just get it for free. Mal'Ganis is just content to give it to them and let the team soak 20. Rather than give them a free fight. But I mean, Mallow Oats is also going to be able to get 20 before the next objective phase. So pretty good pickup by them on getting that second heal turret. They've got 2 now. I would like to see them use their items a little bit earlier in the fight, because they're not dropping them until it's too late. Push in here from the red team to get the mid fort. I don't see how this doesn't fall. So it'll go down. And there's some pressure top to deal with. There's some pressure bot to deal with. The lanes are in pretty bad shape, but you know, they will be able to clean them up and get a chance at another team fight, as is what usually happens on this map, unless, you know, someone gets ganked on a rotation. Newb here getting vision for the team. I can show the talents, absolutely. Here are the talents as we get ready for the final fight. Oh, a Newb does go in, misses, gets stunned by Uther. Mal'Ganis misses the follow-up. Newb is able to walk away. The root comes down. Really good root scouting there on the bush, but Mal'Ganis, Blaze and Mephisto are able to walk away. So a bunch of scuffle for nothing there. But with the objective up, I'm sure there will be a fight soon. Any notable 20s? We have Trader King for the new wreck. That makes a ton of sense. Upgraded bunker. We've got the auto attack, melee auto for Greymane. He's also Wizen with 8 stacks. Censure for Anduin. And Unspeakable Horror. The silence for Mephisto instead of the Mimic. Divine Storm upgrade. We've got the Twilight Dream upgrade, Farflight Quiver, damage from basic attacks. I don't actually know that talent from Mal'Ganis, and then upgraded Maw. All right, so we got the bot lane here. It's a very difficult objective to fight on with all the moving platforms. So we'll see if that benefits either team. 2 turrets versus 2 healing camps. Newb taking a bunch of choke. Goes on the Uther. Big light bomb followed by the Durance. Vala in a cocoon. Ooh, massive kill on the Uther. The turret is still on the ground. Mal'Ganis is 1 HP, is able to get there. Big silence by the Malfurion, but it is too late. Big team fight for the side of Mallow Oats. They're chunked now from the Vala, just poking them down, but they are able to get 2 kills. They can heal up, and I guess they're going to look for this objective. I would like to see them push a bit. I mean, maybe it is a bit too hard to push into Zagara, Vala, and Malfurion, but wait a minute. Okay, they are not going to let them get this turret, which I like. Anduin is on the point. That's a dangerous playing with fire for the Mal'Ganis there, or the Malfurion. But he doesn't get dove on, and they get the turret. They've got 3 turrets, both of which, by the way, were not used by the other team in the fight, similar to what Mallow Oats had done. And they've got the Protector, so this is, you know, I think minimum. I mean, this should be keep. I don't see how it's not. And then I don't think they can look for, you know, the win unless they get a couple of kills. So let's see if they posture for it. They have to be very careful of the other team just diving them again as they just did before. I'd like to see them use some of these turrets if they're going to stick around here. Still no turrets dropped. Going for that. He's stunned there. Okay, they got the. They did drop one of the turrets, okay, and Mal'Ganis slept a Newb. Now they're, I think, trying to walk away and disengage. So with the keep secured, Mallow Oats is able to walk away. We've got a great game on our hands, folks. 21 levels for each, and a single structure advantage for the side of Undernew Management in the mid lane. But a very competitive game. This is extremely dangerous. I thought they were out, but they do not look out. Let's see if this, yep, the same combo comes out, the pull comes out on Crafty to get him out of the root. And they look like they're okay now. Check the stats. Oh, big fight coming in, Light Bomb, engage. Oh, the Mephisto damage is huge. The Maw though, Uther dies first. The Mal'Ganis ult onto the Greymane. He goes into the bunker for the armor. Cocoon is on the Vala. The stun misses on the Blaze. He drops the turret. Man, the pull on the Greymane, but I don't see how. Oh, he's going to live with 50 HP. Anubrak's in big trouble, and Anubrak is down. So it is a 2-for-1 on the side of Undernew Management, taking down the Anubrak and the Mephisto in exchange for the Uther. And they're going to at least play Camp Invade. Let's see if they maybe look to tape some top keep wall damage, maybe push in further. I mean, it's just Greymane, Blaze, Anduin. So they can definitely get some top lane damage here. Root comes out. Team try and deep push. I think Greymane has to be super careful. Anduin needs to also be ready to pull him. But yeah, there's a good chance. There's a good chance they can get this keep. But I also think there's a good chance if they overstay that Mallow can punish them, and I think they agree, so they're walking away. Yeah, the bunker was very big. The Greymane had taken the full Mal'Ganis ult and popped into the bunker to cancel the poison and get the armor. And then almost died anyway. I think he left with about 50 HP, so really huge bunker value there as Undernew Management takes the heal turret. 10 kills to 9 on the in favor of Mallow Oats. It's been a very even game, back and forth, but the latest fight does go to Undernew Management, and they do have the additional mid lane push with the extra Catus. All right, we see them take their turret. Likewise, I believe, yeah, blue team just took theirs as well. Blaze has it, and they'll take their hard camp. Alrighty, and the calm before the storm. Lots of lane pressure on the side of the red team against the blue team. So looks like a top lane push again. Mal'Ganis posturing in the bush here. See if he can catch somebody out. Anubrak sniffs it out. And we'll see how much of a siege they want to do, or if they just walk towards objective. All right, we get a free clear on the wave here. Blaze is clearing mid as well. See, they're looking maybe at the Blaze, but no. Yeah, I definitely agree about the Mal'Ganis being exciting. You don't see it a lot, and it's difficult to play him well. So Undernew Management quickly retreats. I think they're probably going to maybe wait for some of that top pressure to build up and force Mallow to go back. Although the next team fight probably wins, so maybe it's not that important to save that keep. One heal camp and a turret on the red side, and then a turret on the blue side. Mal'Ganis is starting to go in. The turret is dropped on the red team. Big blaze stun on the Mal'Ganis. Ooh, the Durance comes out. Oh my gosh, the Uther dies. The Cocoon does hit the Vala. Anubrak he's not able to get into the bunker before he dies. Man, the Blaze really needs to drop this turret. He drops it as he's dying. And what looked like a really strong fight for Undernew Management, or sorry, for Mallow Oats turns into a team wipe. The Durance engage was so strong, and I really thought blue team was going to take it down. But unfortunately for them, they weren't able to turn the fight. I have to say that I think the biggest impact in these fights, from what I'm seeing, is just a lack of early usage of the items. And that, I think, really hurt them. You know, Blaze doesn't have to E in there and lose all his health. He can just drop the turret and let it kill the other team. So, happened on both sides. Reluctant to use items early in the fights, and it definitely hurt them. But big team fight for Undernew Management. They take this game on Volkskaya Foundry, and they take the series 2-1. Congratulations to the series winner and your Division A regular season champs. Yeah, Mac, I totally agree. The delay in the team fight, adds to the double healer value. And also the cocoon is less valuable if they can't get multiple kills while Vala's cocooned. Then then she's able to get out of it and then start doing damage again. But that was a very interesting, very impressive series on both sides. Uh, very closely contested, and in the end, Underdo Management is able to squeak it out 2-1. The kills 14 to 11. I thought Underdo Management won the early game and the late game, but Mallow Oats really played the mid game well on Volkskaya. And great series. Let's take a look at the stats, and then we'll try to get someone in for an interview. Vala with 91,000, definitely validating the double healer pick with the hyper carry. And Zagara also sitting at 59,000. Really surprised that Mephisto's damage wasn't higher. It felt like he was doing a lot in team fights, but only 51,000 for him. And Anubrak had a really tough matchup. Getting CC'd by the Mal'Ganis Uther, it's really difficult to play that. On the heal side, Anduin out healing both the other healers. Zagari getting a nice XP boost there, and we'll take a look at the talents quickly as well. And you can see there the auto build for the Vala and the pretty standard talents. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Let me know if you see anything interesting on the talent choices. But yeah, really great series. Well played by both teams. Definitely both teams had a chance to win it. But ultimately, Underdo Management coming out just a little bit on top. And we will be getting an interview in just a moment here. To talk about the game.
Hello.
Hey, Liddell. How you doing?
Good. Good.
Let me just put the maps back on the screen. Congratulations on a really exciting series, really great season by your team. You guys didn't run the table and go completely undefeated. I suspect you almost wanted that by picking Butcher first, but the Malowitz team played it super well in game one and really just out macroed what, we weren't able to do anything with that Butcher comp, but that you guys fought back strong in game 2 and 3. I'll start with asking, what was your strategy coming into this match? What were you looking to do? Maybe talk to me a bit about the Sky Temple first pick as well. I thought that was interesting.
Oh, so going to this match, obviously Mallow is the 2 seed. We knew we needed to get at least one game off of them to secure the 1 seed. Honestly, I've been wanting to try that Butcher comp a couple times this season. Didn't quite work out. We got it once off, and it was kind of a test. I wanted to see what they thought a good counter was to it, and they found out a really good counter, and that was a mix of macro and then lots of stun chains when we inevitably dive them. So that was good pre-scout on their part. They obviously had a plan to counter it, and it was well done.
Nice. And you mentioned that you were trying to test that out. So I guess maybe looking at opportunities to play different comps in the playoffs. Can you surprise a team with a butcher comp if they draft something that looks weak to it? So that makes a ton of sense. How did you react in game 2? Once you lost that first game, going to Braxis, they chose the map. You had the first pick. What was your strategy going in there? I noticed that you guys played the double mage, Li Ming and Junkrat, which I think I've seen from you guys earlier this season. What makes that comp work so well for you?
Yeah, well, obviously, anyone who does a little scout on me and Silva know we like our variant main combo. And it was really just kind of thinking about the wave clear on Braxis, not wanting to because Junkrat's not fully a mage, I would say, in terms of wave clear, and so having a second, not fully a mage in terms of wave clear in Li Ming, kind of even each other out. And Joe obviously has blinds, but she doesn't really have spell armor. So hoping we can just kind of outpoke, and then together we can out wave clear between two like okay at wave clear mages. And then the only sketchy part is on Braxis, the pre-4 variant means you can't do anything
Right.
for 4 levels. So that was a bit sketchy. But once we got that taunt, I think we were able to secure some kills and move on from there.
Right. But you didn't have the variant taunt, but you had the Dahaka level 1, so you were able to turn that into an early kill, which I think helped you get through those first 4 levels.
Yeah, that was a
Uh,
big help for sure.
yeah. And then game 3, Volkskaya Foundry. I imagine you picked it because it's a team fight map, and you guys seem to be masters of team fighting. So talk to me a bit about that map choice and the double healer strategy you employed.
Yeah, so we kind of wanted to run that double Helix comp, and we were looking over the different maps, and Volskaya is the least macro of all the maps that were left that weren't banned or played. Uh, you have a lot of open terrain. There's no boss. There's only 2 camps that actually push on the entire map, so you can kind of get away with a less of a macro team, so a double healer comp. And yeah, we wanted to just try to show some new heroes before playoffs. Maybe hope to give some opponents something to think about, and also yeah, getting into playoffs. We haven't played Volskaya that much, so adding Volskaya again as a map that we win on. Hopefully, like we all know you're gonna win before you play, but having another even parity between all your maps played makes it a bit harder for teams to scout against you or plan against you. So that was a
Yeah.
bit that was kind of the advantage there, and also just giving everyone a break and swapping up roles a little bit was fun for the
Yeah.
last game of the season.
You got to play the Uther's Loth on the Mal'Ganis, which is always a fun hero to see. It doesn't get played often. Um, all right. Any shout outs or other comments you want to make about the match tonight?
Yeah, well, before I get into shoutouts, just like to say it was a pleasure joking around with Mallow Oats all season, and that was a really fun series to play back and forth, which is what you like to see, and it's more fun for the viewers who are watching your cast. Um, and it's just fun 2 seasons in a row now being rivals with them. And then I'd like to give a shout out to obviously you for casting, all the casters over the course of the season, and the teammates for putting up with my voice constantly shot calling and just all the practice nights that I forced them to come on for. And then all the extended family members or friends that have to put up with our long nights of heroes. Um, so those are my shout outs. Yeah. And
Alrighty. Well,
one more time for you for casting.
yeah, no, happy to do it. I mean, great series. Definitely lived up to the billing of number 1 versus number 2, and excited to, at least for me, hopefully not get a rematch in the playoffs, which means that maybe my team is there. But if not, I'm sure it'll be a good series again. Um, Congratulations on the regular season first seed and also the win tonight in this match. And best of luck in the playoffs.
Thanks. Good luck to you too.
Alrighty. Um, well, thanks everybody for casting. That'll be it for tonight, or for casting, for listening to the cast. My name is The Duke. I am a new caster for Heroes of the Storm. If you liked the content tonight or want to see more Heroes of the Storm action, please follow the channel, and I would love to bring some more games to you guys so you can watch and support your friends and your favorite teams. Thanks again, and have a great night.